If you are like me and your daughter has new pair of Pointe shoes to sew a ribbon on them, here is how you do it. We will need a pair of Pointe shoes, ribbon, scissors. I would use needle with a bigger eye, and I bought this special cotton thread, which is for especially for darning. It's a darning thread, and I bought it from the shop where we bought these shoes, so they recommended it. It's nice and strong, and there is a little bit of wax on it, so this is what we will use. I've done the first one of the shoe, and I want to show you first what we're going to do. This ribbon, we just bought them from the shop, and we put them in the middle. We didn't cut them in half, but the whole piece we put on one shoe, and they were already done for me. They were pinned in place, the ribbons, but I will show you how they did it. So what they did in the shop, they put the heel down, and then where the edge is, they marked it. But I'll show you a different way how I noticed that it's easier. So this is what I've done, and you can see how beautiful these Pointe shoes are, and this is a nice satin. What you want to avoid is not to go through the satin, otherwise I feel that it will ruin the shoe. So outside is satin, and inside it's like a canvasy material, fabric. So let me just show you about the ribbon, and then I'll explain. So if you put the shoe this way and the ribbon stands at the edge here, then you sew the ribbon. Can you see how it is? When you point it like that, you keep sewing in a straight line there and there. And then when you go around, you don't want to sew over the elastic which is in this part. So you need to make sure you go at the edge of this and then go all the way around this edge, avoiding the little edge with the elastic, and finishing here. And now I will show you exactly how I did it. It is a little bit of time consuming because we need to make sure that we go through this canvas bit without reaching the satin, and we are going to use a back stitch. And normally if you read what the back stitch is, it will say go through all the way out and then in, but here the only thing what we are avoiding is to go all the way out through both fabrics. We just need to go through the ribbon, so make sure you don't go only through the ribbon. You will need to go through the ribbon and through this canvas fabric. It's very easy, but it could be a little bit time consuming, so you make them nice and very nice and tidy at the back, like nothing is attached on them. So let me show you how you can do that. So we will cut, I don't know, just cut to have plenty. You don't need too much, but just to be able to go all around. I'll just do this. Let me see. Normally this is 25, 50, a meter, a little bit more than a foot. And I don't do a knot. Let me just see if I can bring this so you can see exactly what I do. So you put the cotton through the needle, and let's first fix the ribbon. So if we say we have this long ribbon, we fold it in two, and mine's already pinned, but I find it easier just to do what they've shown. So actually I could move this little bit down. Let's see. No. We can do them like that. So can you see roughly this finishes here? and you can just pin the middle of the ribbon, and then just go along this straight line, pin once more, and then again here we will go with this line. If you want, you can mark it. I'm okay with that, so I won't mark it. But in the shop, what they said is you do it the other way around and mark the fold from inside. You can do that if you want, but this is also nice and clear. Okay, so I don't put knot at the end. I just leave it like this, but we'll leave a little tail, and I'll show you at the end what we'll do. So I found it here because it's like an edge and it's folded once more. It's a little bit difficult to go through. Okay, so what I do, as I said, we're going to use back stitch. So we start, so this is the ribbon, and I will work roughly at this level of the ribbon. So we go in, so make sure you don't just go onto the ribbon because it won't be attached on the shoe, but if we go into the canvas and out to the ribbon. And when I did the first one, I had to keep turning just to make sure it doesn't go through. Although when you have your finger at the back, if you do go through to the satin, you will feel the metal of the needle. So this is another way to do it. So roughly this is what we kind of decided. This is our stitch length, which if you want it you can put a little bit smaller. We will roughly keep it the same length. So we go in, so we go roughly where we went in the first time. So now we need to go like that. So we go in, and as I said here, it's a little bit fiddly because it's a little bit thicker. And then I'll take this away, and roughly the same length as before. This one may bring this up, we'll turn it. Let's see, how did we do? And if we did go out, at least we can notice it and we can undo it, but we didn't. Okay, so now we need to make sure that we work in this line. So we do this again, and we go along the canvas, in between the canvas and the satin, and then go out again. Just need to, it's a little bit uncomfortable the way I hold the shoe with the camera, but let's do it again. I felt that I poked my finger a little bit, so if you do feel, definitely you have gone through the satin. You just need to push the needle out back a little bit. Especially if it's not comfortable for you to hold it, it's even more difficult. I think I went through. Yes, can you see? we went through. So what we do, we undo it. Not quite sure how to make it easier for me to do it, but I will do it anyway. And if you have gone through and it created a hole, don't worry. Nicely with a nail you can just go like that and it's gone. See if we can do something else. I think this is more comfortable. So this is what I mean. So this is the first. You can feel the needle going between both levels. So this is the canvas. You can see that here you haven't gone through. So this is what you need to feel that you're going in between both. But once you start doing it, you will get used to it. Just keep following the straight line. We roughly want to have the same length stitch, but don't worry if one is tiny bit big or smaller. Oops. I decided to do this tutorial because there may be moms who do not have a clue how to do it, and it's easier to show. You can see it's not a very quick job, but it's actually quite nice. But I could not do it the messy way. So let me just show you here. We are approaching the edge where we need to go this way. So rather me coming out here, what I'll do, I'll go there. This is where I'll continue. And the reason I do that is now when I start coming this way, I will go along the ribbon here. Hopefully you see. And then go up. And roughly do the same length. Let me just check how it's. I didn't feel the needle going out. Oh, look how lovely it is, like nothing has been done. This is exactly how we need to do it. I feel it's a shame if you pay such a big amount of money for shoes and then ruin them at the end. So we need to do it nicely. And now we'll continue. Just along the edge so we don't sew on the top of the elastic. I will remove this one. Now, can you see we're not going into the canvas, so you need to make sure we go deep enough to go into the canvas, but not the satin. I can feel the needle. And again, I won't finish it here. I will just go a tiny bit. And now we're going the other side of the ribbon. Just make sure, yeah, it's all good. It's a little bit fiddly because it's the end of the heel and we need to work it this way, but it's not much. So what I'll do, I will go along and down and come back, but I will speed it up. And then when we come back to where we started, I'll show you what I do with it, with these edges. We're nearly finishing. Let me check how it is. It's lovely. So you can put little bit, I could have left little bit longer thread. This is just enough, but let's say 1.20 centimeters. But we have only 2 more stitches, probably 3 more stitches to finish. So this is why it's a little bit difficult. So what we can do is just continue over, so we're going roughly the same stitches before, so I can secure the thread. Again, just make sure you don't go through the satin. I think this will be enough. I can push this back, and then we'll cut it. So we cut only the tiny one, and then the other one will do the same. We can go this way, doesn't matter. Just weave it through again. We'll do 2 or 3 stitches. And this will be the last one. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope that it will help you, and it has helped you to a beautiful back stitch of the ribbon of this Pointe shoes. And I could say probably invisible, because everyone can do a visible stitch, but the point is to be nice and pretty. And this is how we've done it. You can see. And outside is also nice and pretty, so you cannot see anything of this ribbon. Please like, share and comment. You can put your comment how you find the tutorial and how yours your project was. How did you find when you did it? Was it difficult? Was it easy? And now you can see they are ready.